So, so, good morning, everyone, and welcome to this beautiful, where I am, cloudy Tuesday on the 7th of May. Believe it or not, it's just started to get sunshiny and beautiful here, and we got snow the other day, and it's May, so we've been very surprised by the unpredictable weather that we get here in Utah. But wherever you're joining in from, as you're dialing in from around the country, great to have you with us. I want to talk today about two very important practices and principles in growing our Niken businesses and in being entrepreneurs. I'm going to start out with a story. You may or may not have heard this before. I'm not sure. If I've ever shared it, it was a long time ago. But it's called the Bricklayers Accident Report. Has there ever anyone heard of the Bricklayers Accident Report? No. Awesome. That's good. Well, it'll be a new fun experience for you. So let me read out this Bricklayers Accident Report, and let's see where this takes us in the context of my message and principles of application today. So, dear sir, I am writing in response to your request for additional information in Block 3 on the accident reporting form. This is obviously a bricklayer kind of giving some additional information on an accident that he had to fill a report in on. I put poor planning as the cause of my accident. You asked for a fuller explanation, and I trust the following details will be sufficient. I'm a bricklayer by trade. On the day of the accident, I was working alone on the roof of a new 6-story building. When I completed my work, I found I had some bricks left over, which, when weighed later, were found to weigh approximately 240 pounds. Rather than carry the bricks down by hand, I decided to lower them in a barrel by using a pulley which is attached to the side of the building on the 6th floor. Securing the rope at ground level, I went up to the roof, swung the barrel out, and loaded the bricks into it. I then went down and untied the rope, holding it tightly to ensure a slow descent of the 240 pounds of bricks. You will note on my accident reporting form that my weight is 135 pounds. You can guess what happened. Due to my surprise at being jerked off the ground so suddenly, I lost my presence of mind and forgot to let go of the rope. Needless to say, I proceeded at a rapid rate up the side of the building. In the vicinity of the 3rd floor, I met the barrel, which was now proceeding down at an equally impressive speed. This explains the fractured skull, minor abrasions, and broken collarbone, as listed in Section 3 of the accident reporting form. Slowed only slightly, I continued my rapid ascent, not stopping until the fingers of my right hand were 2 knuckles deep into the pulley which I mentioned in paragraph 2 of this correspondence. Fortunately, by this time, I had regained my presence of mind and was able to hold the rope in spite of the excruciating pain I was now beginning to experience. At approximately the same time, however, the barrel of bricks hit the ground and the bottom fell out of the barrel. Now devoid of the weight of the bricks, the barrel weighed approximately 50 pounds. I refer you again to my weight. As you might imagine, I began a rapid descent down the side of the building. In the vicinity of the 3rd floor, I met the barrel coming up. This accounts for the 2 fractured ankles, the broken tooth, and severe lacerations of my legs and lower body. Here my luck began to change slightly. The encounter with the barrel seemed to slow me enough to lessen my injuries when I fell into the pile of bricks, and fortunately only 3 vertebrae were cracked. I am sorry to report, however, as I lay there on the pile of bricks, in pain, unable to move, and watching the empty barrel 6 stories above me, I again lost my composure and presence of mind and let go of the rope. So obviously this is a tongue-in-cheek story because he's wonderfully optimistic, isn't he, about having such a dreadful accident. But I find this amusing to recall or to share. But what is interesting, of course, is the principle that it's all about. He put down the reason for the terrible accident: poor planning. And Obviously, there was so much more than poor planning. I think stupidity certainly comes into it, but interesting that he puts poor planning. I wanted to talk today a little bit about planning, but in the context again of what are we planning for? We understand that in order to succeed, we need to prepare. What we've heard these sayings countless times. Preparation precedeth power. If you are prepared, you shall not fear. Yeah, and all these types of principles, right? So we understand the importance of planning well for our business and for our futures. But it's really hard to plan well if we don't know what we're planning for. So the kind of the second part of this equation, or perhaps the first part, is really evaluating what is it that we're wanting to accomplish. I had a call. What kind of prompted this was a call that I had with Sherry Danzig and her team yesterday, where we had a new member in the group, and she was less than a week old. What do I do to get started? And we kind of went through this process of understand first your vision, your why, what are you reaching for, and then let's take a look at the first couple of critical steps. And it just got me thinking that, as we look at our businesses now, we're in the month of May, we're at the beginning of a new month. What specific plans do I have for the month of May and for the rest of the year? Just before we hit record, Yoko was giving us a timely reminder about the Boss event in Long Beach at the end of the year, and how we need to start preparing now to go there. If we don't plan for it, if we don't prepare, if we don't build it into our expectations, it doesn't happen, and it escapes us. So first of all, I think to kind of back up from this principle of planning is to really be clear in what are we reaching for in our businesses. One thing that I have learned as I've set plans countless times, either for Team Kaizen, when we had Team Kaizen, for business growth in a particular year, when I've been on the corporate side, when I've been having corporate goals in terms of what is this market going to accomplish this year, next year, over the next 5 years, and so on. One thing that I've learned, and I'm sure each of you can kind of relate to this, is it is very, very rare for all of my plans to go exactly as I expected them to do at the beginning of the year. Have any of you, by show of hands, I'd love to hear if you have, set a goal, put a date to it. We've applied those SMART metrics, right? Specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, time sensitive. We apply those principles, we set the goal, we know what we're all about. 12 months later, it's gone exactly as we expected. We've achieved the goal within the time frame that we planned, and we're a winner. Has anyone ever had that on a consistent basis at all? No, I'm getting some shaking heads. Not really. It doesn't work that way. And I think just kind of in my experience, there is always unexpected turns in the road. There are always lessons that we didn't know we needed to learn. There's always barriers that we weren't expecting or anticipating that come in. There's always a change of circumstances. There's always new skills to develop. There's always new things that we need to change and respond to. All of these things come at us time and time again. So as we plan out, as we establish our vision first, I think it's important to make sure that our vision is big enough, not just to embrace all of the things that we need to do to get the job done, but also all of the unexpected things that will come our way that we need to respond to. Because for many people, they will start out strong, they will have their goal, they know what they're wanting to achieve. By the end of the year, I'm going to be this rank. At the end of the year, I'm going to have my free trip to this. At the end of the year, I'm going to have this paycheck. I'm going to have this increase in my income. I'm going to be on that track. And we have that plan. We put it in motion, we work, and then there are things that we didn't anticipate we needed to learn. There are responses that we need to give to things that we didn't expect. And all of these things come into place, and it discombobulates people and it throws them off the track. And they go, wait a second, I wasn't expecting that. I was prepared for this, but I wasn't prepared for that. And I can't move forward. And it causes them to freeze. So I think it's really important up front, as we go through a planning process, as we establish our vision of what we're wanting to achieve, to understand right up front at the beginning of the journey, if I'm really going to win and achieve my goals, I need to understand and accept there are going to be parts of the journey between now and then that I didn't anticipate, that I don't have full control over, that are going to be more difficult than I anticipated. And that's okay, because my vision is bigger. My vision is stronger. So I want to maybe just go around the room, maybe just one or two of you raise a hand perhaps and just share, what goal do you have, or what vision do you have for your business as you look into the next 12 months, or maybe even into the next 5 years? Is there something exciting that really keeps you awake, going, I'm really going to achieve this. This is what I'm all about. This is why I show up. And please understand, it's your vision, it's your aspiration, it's your heart that's driving this, right? So your vision cannot be wrong. don't sit here and think there's a wrong answer. It's your aspirations. It's what you want to achieve in life. It's your business, and it can be as big or as small as you want it to be. It's your thing. The purpose of this call is to evaluate, not is our vision on point, but are my plans on point, so that my vision can come to pass and be realized, be it grand or small. We all have different goals and aspirations. So there's no right or wrong here, and it doesn't need to be grandiose in order to impress the group. It just needs to be yours, right? It just needs to be yours. So anyone want to share what their goal or vision is for Niken, either for this year or perhaps a little broader than that, out into the future, a little bigger? Awesome. Gloria.
Yeah, I've had it written down now in my daily journal for a while to be a qualified gold and start collecting that lifestyle bonus. And
Excellent.
that means expanding the team to create that volume. And so my invites continue. I've got 2 people invited to Balanced Life, Happy Life tonight.
Excellent.
To start that kick of the tire of the business. So
yeah,
that's what I'm working at.
Excellent. That lifestyle bonus could be a game changer, right? That's something really good. If you don't mind me asking, what excites you about going gold?
I am gold.
Yeah, but
so it's qualifying, right? Which is going gold every month.
Yeah.
And it's just expanding my ripple effect, because I know when the team grows that more people are being introduced to the products, and more miracles get to happen. So that's what keeps me going, allowing someone the chance to say yes, like we did. Because people are going to think it's still strange to sleep on magnets. So I talk more about water and air probably than ever before.
Okay.
And now the collagen.
Yeah. I like that. I think having a positive impact on those around us and doing good and making lives better makes us feel good. It's a good feeling, right? So I like that. I want to come back to some of these responses, because I want to touch on something you said earlier. So I'm going to come back to what you just shared in just a little bit. But Pam, your vision?
My vision is I work with my customers. I do great working with my distributors because I know them personally. And so my vision is to work with the customers and build it to 70% retail sales at the end of the year. And that'll get me, to the trip out to California, which Long Beach is fun. I didn't know Yoka was so close. We went up there and played last year. Okay. But so that's there. And 5 years is diamond, and a qualified diamond. That there is a difference. The rank is one thing, but know that you're qualified is quite something else. So 70% retail by December 31st of 2024, and diamond in 5 years. So by 2029, December 1, I want to relax that month.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, absolutely. You'll have earned it for sure. Awesome. Thank you so much, Pam.
Sure.
Mary and Bob?
Go ahead. Well, first of all, I love that you said plan for adversities, because I don't think we think about that.
Yeah.
And that happens. Life happens. Well, one of my goals and vision is to complete the travel club, which means I think I win the convention trip. I haven't checked. But,
yeah.
And then to have, again, as Gloria spoke, qualified platinum.
Right.
Because if that's happening, then that means your team's growing and you're growing. So it's not a pick and choosing who's going to do what. It's like if I'm qualified, then something's happening.
Yeah.
And have the independent teams, not managing people, they're managing themselves, and I'm not spending time on people that aren't productive.
Yeah, I'm doing it. Yeah.
So it's general stuff, but nothing major, but it's just keeps me going.
Yeah, I love that. There's great goals. Mary, did you have something to add?
I'm planning to party.
I love it.
Just have fun. I think the collagen has brought back an element of fun that, it used to be fun talking about the magnets because they were new and different. And, so we had fun at that. And then it got a little, it just lost its luster. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
So, but now having fun, building the team, talk about qualifying, I need to qualify. So a qualified platinum is in there, but building the teams first is my goal. So having fun, building fun teams. I think I am. Glenn, did you want to
awesome. Yeah, go for it, Glenn.
The price of one here.
Yeah.
And we are having fun at the beach.
No, I love it. I love it. Yeah, having fun is a really important part of that process, right? It's, it certainly increases our chances of success if we enjoy the journey, if we have value.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
And I think it's attractive. It attracts more people if you're having fun and if they're seeing it's an enjoyable, work.
Yeah,
So.
exactly.
I just have to say, starting off at this collagen this year, it has been a jump start. Doing in homes, I love it. It's what I needed. It was that boost, and it's exciting. Like Mary said, we're loving it. We're going to fairs. This will be our second one this month.
Yep.
I mean, we're kicking some stones and rocks out here.
I like it.
We'll fumble and it's a process, and we're loving it. So.
Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, I think the pink collagen has given a great boost to enjoyable, rewarding, fun, interactive activity, right? Where people are coming together more and having a blast. And it's needed, it's essential, and good to see those rocks getting kicked around. So that's great. I love it. Let me see, who have we got next? Lynn, go for it.
You probably heard me talk last time or before. I've learned that mostly from Dave, having a structure. So I created a structure based on what my income is going to be for December this year. But here is a little downer. Life comes and hits you on both sides.
Yeah.
My husband had to go to Europe for 3 months to look after 96-year-old mom.
Wow.
My daughter with 2 young children, 1, 2, and 4, is in a situation they cannot afford full-time daycare. So guess who's the full-time daycare? Grandma.
Yeah.
So I'm all of a sudden hit, Ben, with a tremendous change that I cannot control. So then I said, I'm not going to change my goal, but I'm going to adjust.
Yeah.
So as of May 1, I have customers. I have not established a leader that wants to build a business. So I'm just focusing right now in finding the person that wants an income from this business.
Yeah.
And I can easily create a structure for them, depends, or for the individual that wants the income. So it'd be a lot more fun to have a business building partner with you.
Yeah.
So I'm adjusting. I'm looking forward. We in Canada are doing next Seikokai with Mike, where I'm participating and I'm pushing myself because it's very, very time. I have so little time right now for myself.
Yeah.
Because of all the other demands.
Yeah. Well, I like that you've pivoted and you've made some adjustments to your goal or to your process, and pulling in a business partner to help you achieve your goals, I think is an excellent strategy. Love that. Yeah. Thank you so much, Lynn. Thank you so much. Sherry. You're on mute, by the way, Sherry. Okay, maybe Sherry raised her hand and has left the room. I don't know. You there, Sherry? No. Okay, we'll continue, and she can jump in when she's back. Yeah, so I love all of these.
I'm here.
Oh, you're there. Go for it, Sherry.
I'm here. I couldn't unmute. Sorry.
No worries.
I'm in the car driving because I added a networking event, which meant I had to move another appointment. So
Okay.
I'm multitasking.
Nice.
But I love the question. I love this discussion. And so, my big goal has been this year to reach Royal Diamond, and that's a big goal. That's a big number, and I'm claiming it every day when I say my mantra.
Yeah.
Because I think it's so important to step into it, to see it, to feel it before it could be manifested. And so, along the way, I mean, the thing that really inspires me about that is to have a team that is a Royal Diamond team. And so, I've got players in place that are going to be, their goals are to reach platinum this year.
Yeah.
And I have new other partners that are either kind of getting excited, or new folks that, I'm holding that vision to have, a number of new platinums this year. That's what excites me, is to have that team. Of course, I want the big checks.
Yeah.
That excites me as well, to have that financial security, financial freedom, and that we all want. And, but it's to have the team that is continuing to grow, because I think every time we move up and we claim it, it inspires other people to do the same. So I think that is so crucial.
Yeah.
So my first goal is to be qualified every month as a diamond. And, and I'm hearing a lot of that we all want to be qualified at the rank we're at. And so yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really interesting, isn't it? How you say that when you stand up, raise your voice, claim your goals, and declare it, that it inspires others to do the same. And that's, I think, one of the good things about what we've done just now, and kind of sharing our different goals and vision, is I find that inspiring, encouraging, motivating, all of those things. I do think, as we look at our different business activities, building into our strategies needs to be a part of this plan, where we are sharing with others our vision, what we're reaching for, what we're striving for, to encourage and motivate. I think there has been a little bit, in some pockets, in the organization, a focus on some of the fundamental practices of building the business, but not enough of sharing the vision and the excitement of why we're doing it, why we're showing up. I think the more we can build it in, and I would encourage that to come into our pink parties. As we pull people together, give them a little context. They know they're there to try a new product. There's going to be some demonstrations. There's going to be some insights and education on the science behind the product and what have you. But I think it would be valuable time well spent to let people know, hey, this is why I'm doing this. This is what we're doing. This is why this is important to me, and why I'm so grateful that you came. I think that's really important to do, because it gives people a grander picture and a bigger vision. It's so much more than buying a product or achieving a rank or getting a particular milestone. There's more to this. This is what this means to me. And I think as we can really learn to share that, I think that will make a difference in the energy that we bring to the table when we're bringing others in to participate with us. Mary.
I just wanted to say on those lines, when I did my first pink party, obviously demonstrating water and pink collagen, but I gave the context of why I'm in Nikken. It's all about energy, and why 27 years it excites me. So I'm glad you brought that up, because people need to understand that, because it's not just about pink collagen.
Yeah.
A little bit of history with what the company is, why I'm involved, why I'm still involved. So I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, thank you. Sherry, is your hand back up, or?
Oh, no, I just never took it down.
Okay, no worries. Okay, no problem. Yeah, I think that's really important. People need to see context. behind, because as Simon Sinek says, and we've quoted this 1,000 times since he said it, right? He's become famous around the world for it. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it, right? So it's really important that we share our why in all of our activities. I think it's important to, it certainly helps us in declaring and owning our vision and our goals and our aspirations, and acts as a reinforcing measure for ourselves to keep moving forward, especially when, like I said, as we do put the plans in place, we accommodate space for the unexpected. I think that's really important. And we recognize the value and necessity of needing to pivot from time to time. When I first started this process of setting goals years ago and found that I did need to pivot, at first I was worried that maybe I was failing. Maybe I was off the mark. Did I do something wrong at first with this goal? Was my goal broken to begin with? Is my activity broken? And actually, no, it's all part of the process. Which is why I said right at the beginning of the call, one of the most important qualities we can develop and practice as entrepreneurs is persistence. Because persistence, I think, champions everything else. Because I've certainly learned, and I think we've all learned this in our own journeys, any great thing that we want to achieve, be it in Niken or in relationships or in life or in any aspiration for greatness or accomplishments, it always requires more than we expected, doesn't it? It never requires less, right? Great things always require something of us, and it's typically more than we expect. And that's why we celebrate those that win, because we realize, man, they overcame so much to get there. When any of us achieve our goals, there is a great deal of victory in the overcoming, in the conquering. And so my invitation today was really something quite simple. I think just a helpful and healthy reminder that as we set goals, we need to plan. If we want to achieve certain things in our business, what do our plans look like? Are they specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, time sensitive, all that stuff? We know that. We've learned it for years, right? But what does our vision look like in relation to that goal? Are we talking about it enough? Are we inspiring others? Because most of the time, as we're bringing people into our business, they join us. They are inspired by our vision, not simply a compensation plan or a product. It's how that product fits within the framework of their lives, their hopes, their dreams, and their ambitions. So it's really, really important that our vision is something that we can articulate in a way that inspires people. And that doesn't come organically or in a moment by happenstance. That really comes. One thing I learned from Dave Johnson was he had a great way of telling stories in a way that made it sound effortless, like it just kind of rolled off his tongue, like he just came up with it. It just kind of happened, and hey, that's kind of, there you go. That's kind of what it was. It was just kind of an easy kind of thing that kind of happened. But he was a master of crafting that story and getting that message right, and honing it down to something that was bite-sized, and something that we could really wrestle with and play with and have fun with. So I think he learned through practice to be a great storyteller. And so what I would say, my invitation for today is, first, let's reflect on our vision. Does it compel and motivate and inspire us? Have I practiced sharing it? And by that, I don't mean have I shared it. Have I crafted my message so that when I share it, it is compelling. It motivates and inspires and creates a response. Because that's the reason we tell stories, right? The reason we tell stories is because they move us. Does my story move other people? If it doesn't even move me, then there's a problem with my story, right? So person number one is us. Does my story move me? And if it moves me, can I articulate it in a way that it will move other people? And then when I can do that, please understand, as I plan and prepare for the future, and as I look at those goals that I've set, and we all had deadlines attached, right? As I do that, am I accommodating for the unexpected? I want us to prepare for that, because it breaks my heart when people give up because it was harder than they thought, when if they just understood at the beginning, there's going to be some bumps in the road. That's part of the journey, right? So please understand, we've all had some bumps. They will come. They will frustratingly continue to come. I would love to say that it's behind us now and it's a bright road ahead. It's a bumpy road ahead, right? And unfortunately, it's uphill, right? But the view at the top is magnificent, right? And you know, Kim and I were talking. We drove down to Vegas over the weekend to catch up with some family, and you know, there's beautiful mountain ranges, you know, all around Utah, right? Anyone that's been to Utah, there's mountains everywhere. We live in the mountains, and it's like it's human nature, isn't it? If there is a mountain, we want to climb it. If there is a horizon, we want to see what's at the other end of it, right? There is always things that we want to explore, conquer, and master. And metaphorically, I'm not inspired to climb to tops of mountains because that's not my nature, right? But there are certainly mountains in my life that I am inspired to climb, right? So whatever the mountain is, hopefully we see our vision as a little bit of a mountain, something that inspires us, something to be conquered, something to be mastered, and something that will inspire others to join us along the way. So let's craft the message and plan for obstacles, and remember that our story needs to inspire us first and then be able to inspire others. And that will take a bit of practice. So thank you all so much for joining us today. Thank you for sharing your vision, your goals, your aspirations. They're motivating and inspiring, and I love hearing what you're each reaching for. So let's break it down to some bite-sized steps for this month so we can see some measurable improvement and have confidence that we're on the right track. So love you guys, and we'll speak next month. Take care. See ya.